Most men grow up hearing the same advice. Praise people. Be warm. Say what sounds good. Make others feel noticed. But here's what no one tells you. Most praise doesn't earn respect. It dissolves it. When compliments are given too freely, they lose mass. They signal hunger instead of strength. They announce that approval is needed more than truth. And over time, people stop leaning in. They stop listening. They move on. Yet you've seen it before. A man speaks, the room stills, scrolling stops, conversations pause. It isn't vocabulary, it's presence. He doesn't speak often, but when he does, his words arrive with force. This isn't about charm, it's about learning to acknowledge others without chasing permission. To speak in a way that anchors attention instead of begging for it. In a loud culture, restraint becomes pressure, and pressure leaves marks. Here's the contradiction most people miss. The acknowledgements that last are the ones that cost something. Not money, not gifts, but awareness. A careless, nice outfit evaporates, but a slow, measured, that was impressive, delivered after reflection, lands like impact. Because real recognition comes from noticing, not reacting. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the quality of life follows the quality of thought. When the mind is scattered, even praise sounds empty. But when attention is steady, it becomes rare. And what receives rare attention gains value. The aim isn't flattery, it's awareness. When ego fades and urgency dies, words gain weight. You stop feeding others to feel accepted and start offering insight. That change pulls people toward you without effort. First principle, recognizing fire without surrender. Sometimes you meet someone who carries heat. Before they speak, you feel it. A sharp presence, restless energy, a sense that they bend the atmosphere. Most men react the same way. They chase it, or they try to dominate it.
A grounded man does neither. He meets that intensity calmly, allows a brief smile, and says, "Your trouble," in the right way.
This isn't teasing. It's acknowledgement without collapse. You're saying, "I recognize your force and I remain steady." That message communicates emotional control under pressure, a trait older than language. The Stoics called it harmony with nature, the ability to see strength without panic. Seneca wrote that pressure refines men the way friction refines stone. High energy tests everyone nearby. Most mistake that test for danger. They either retreat or overreact. But composure creates contrast. When you stay calm while meeting intensity, polarity forms. Your steadiness becomes the missing balance. That's why the phrase works. It's not the words. It's composure meeting momentum. Picture a sharp exchange. They challenge you, push, tease. Others stiffen or compete.
You remain relaxed. Then quietly, "Your trouble," in the best way.
Everything slows. They sense it instantly. You can feel the current without drowning in it. That's leadership without aggression. This applies far beyond attraction. In debate, in negotiation, in authority. People test strength to locate safety. Those who break under pressure lose trust. Those who meet it calmly earn it. Tone matters. Two soft sounds needy. Two sharp sounds insecure. The power sits between, steady, present, unrushed. You're saying, "I acknowledge your fire and I'm not threatened." Delivered through presence, that says more than any speech on confidence. Calm in the face of force creates trust. Intensity relaxes when it meets stability. That's why people associate certain men with both excitement and safety. A rare pairing. There's humility here too. You're not denying intensity. You're refusing to label it as danger. That acceptance is discipline. So, next time the room fills with energy and others scramble, don't compete. Observe. When the moment arrives, speak once. Then let quiet finish the work. They won't remember the line. They'll remember the feeling. Second principle, honoring depth. Occasionally you meet someone who pauses before answering. They don't rush. Their words arrive shaped, not spilled. Most people fear silence. Thinkers live inside it. When you say, "You think deeply," I respect that. You aren't praising intelligence. You're recognizing restraint.
You're acknowledging someone who treats speech as a tool, not noise.
Marcus Aurelius wrote that the mind takes on the color of its thoughts. In a distracted age, disciplined thinking is rebellion. This recognition lands because it values clarity over display.
Modern conversation is competitive. People wait to respond, not to understand. They repeat slogans and perform certainty.
But sometimes someone listens fully, then responds precisely, and leaves you thinking.
When you name that quality, it disarms defenses. Because it isn't transactional. It's observant.
A quiet, "I respect that," after a thoughtful moment, builds trust instantly.
Deliver it with timing, never as filler. Wait for substance. Say it once, then stop. Epictetus reminded us we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listening is power. Men who speak rarely develop precision. Their words become memorable. This recognition builds influence without manipulation. Leaders who value depth create loyalty. Friends who value it create meaningful bonds. Influence isn't volume, it's accuracy. Third principle, naming unrealized strength. Everyone carries 2 selves, the visible one and the capable one buried under hesitation. Most never meet the second. So when you say, "You'd be dangerous if you knew how capable you are," you aren't flattering. You're confronting potential. That sentence carries weight because it both recognizes ability and challenges limitation. It's part mirror, part command. Spoken calmly, it feels undeniable. People distrust exaggerated praise. They resist criticism. But when someone names hidden strength without drama, something wakes up. Marcus Aurelius warned against endless debate about virtue instead of embodying it. Most people circle their ability without stepping into it. This line breaks that loop. It gives permission. Confidence grows in layers. Each layer needs recognition. This kind of recognition sticks. Delivered properly, it sounds like fact, not motivation.
Say it quietly, then pause. That pause forces reflection. Some will dismiss it, others won't. Later they'll test it. That's ignition.
Fourth principle, recognizing stillness. Noise is celebrated. Speed is rewarded. Reaction is mistaken for passion. So calm becomes rare. When you tell someone you have a calm energy, that's uncommon, you're acknowledging discipline. Calm isn't passive, it's trained control. Marcus Aurelius wrote that mastery begins in the mind. Calm signals predictability. Predictability signals safety. That's why people relax around composed individuals. Calm doesn't mean absence of feeling. It means containment. It's conserving energy for what matters. Under pressure, stillness wins. Recognize it when you see it. Most people with discipline are never told it's noticed. Calm is earned through unseen choices. Naming it reinforces it. Fifth principle, invoking respect through memory. When you say, "You remind me of someone I used to respect," you're not praising the moment. You're anchoring them to legacy. That line carries gravity because it connects them to values that lasted. Memory deepens meaning. Used honestly, it creates responsibility, curiosity, depth. It must be true, otherwise it's empty. Delivered quietly, it lingers. Say it, then say nothing else. Let the silence carry the weight. This recognition links character across time. In a culture obsessed with novelty, that matters. Respect slows people down. It straightens posture. It sharpens speech. And that's the point. All 5 acknowledgements have nothing to do with clever wording. They come from inner stability. You cannot imitate gravity. It's shaped by restraint, awareness, and lived discipline. Empty men decorate language. Grounded men direct it. Presence is the unspoken authority no one teaches. Not dominance. Depth. Speak less. Notice more. Mean every word. Because the world doesn't need louder voices. It needs weight. And now, listen carefully. If you're still watching, you already know something uncomfortable. Most people never build this presence. They scroll, they consume, they forget. And if you leave without subscribing, nothing changes. You stay where you are, watching others grow disciplined while you remain distracted. Channels like this don't grow by accident. They grow because a few men decide not to drift. If you come back later, this video may be gone. The algorithm won't wait for hesitation. Subscribe now, not because it feels good, but because missing this path keeps you average. Calm is control. Control is power. And men who delay discipline usually regret it quietly. Choose awareness, or choose noise. The choice is yours, but indecision is already choosing. Subscribe.